Hi, Assalamualaikum and very good afternoon. Welcome to my class. So today's our topic is we are actually in chapter 8 and our topic is managing groups and team. Okay, managing groups and team. So before we start, you must know what is groups and teams, the definition of groups and teams. Then we have certain things that you need to. This is chapter outline of this chapter. Okay. Okay, let's go to the definition of groups and team. Okay, what is actually group? Group atau kumpulan ya. Group is two or more people who interact regularly to accomplish a common purpose of goal. Means that this group means that two or more people they are communicating and they are come from the interdependent individuals and they come together to achieve the specific goals. Normally group we have two types of groups. We have formal and we have informal. So formal groups is actually the work groups that defined by the organization structure that have the designated work assignment and tasks. Means the formal groups actually group that they are group that been built. They are form this group in order to design that in order to have one. Okay, means that they have a task to do. Masa bekerja. Formal groups. Okay, when you are working, you have a task that they give it to you, and they have a certain assignment and task also. Okay, that's a formal groups. Then we have informal groups. It's actually the groups that are independently formed to meet the social needs of their members. So normally this informal group, okay, this informal group is actually group they are independent form to meet the social needs of their members. It can be the friendship and interest. Okay, you can be informal group is where, for example, that you go out, you have your friend that eat together. Okay, you go out together, informal, or you call someone to go for shopping. Okay, that is informal group. Again, I hope you can recognize between formal and informal. But formal is more to the work group that defined by the organization structure that have designated work assignment and tasks, and normally this group is based on the task force. Okay, I hope you understand. So group normally have two types, formal and informal. Okay, while team means a group of co-workers who function as a unit, often with the little or no supervision to carry out work-related tasks, function and activities. They are sometimes called as self-managed team, cross-functional teams, or high-performance teams. On the other words, actually, team is a special work group whose members are joined together in a united and coordinated effort towards a goal, and whose work is mutually dependent with mutual accountability. So this group is actually a group of people with full set of complementary skills required to complete a task, job, or project. Okay, team is actually is a part of group, but inside that they call it team is when they are complete each other. For example, they want to do one task, so this inside that team they have people from maybe from IT, people from HR, people from means they are complete each other. All of them become a team if they have one task or specific task they need to do. Okay, this team they have been formed because of the special things or special job or task or project. Okay, this is team. Okay, this is the definition of team. Okay, a special work group whose members are joined together in a united and coordinated effort towards a goal, and whose work is mutually dependent with mutual accountability. Or in other simple words, it's actually a group of people with the full set of complementary skills required to complete a task, job, or project. Okay, I hope you can differentiate between groups and also team. Okay, now we move to the importance of groups and team. Why groups and team are important? Okay, there are four importance of group and team. First is learning opportunity. Okay, with the group and team, you actually can create an opportunity. to learn, for you to learn. So the cooperation that happen between the project is an opportunity for the new workers to learn more experience, to learn more from the experienced employees, because you must understand inside the groups and team there's a lot of people, a lot of skill, can be a new workers, can be the old workers. So this is an opportunity for you to learn something new, or to gain knowledge, or to gain experience. Okay, then increase accountability. So this increased accountability is actually when you have a group, when you are working in a groups and team, your teamwork increases. Okay, your teamwork increases the accountability of every member of the team, especially when working under people who command a lot of respect within the business. Okay, this accountability, okay, the meaning of the accountability is actually you become more responsibility. You are become more responsible when you are working in work groups and team. I don't know, like for me, to be honest, if people be around me, they are really motivated and doing a job. Okay, they are doing a job, they are doing their work, they are doing their all the tasks, you automatically will encourage and follow them. So that's why they're going to increase your responsibility or accountability towards that group. Okay, so that's why, especially if you are working with someone that really have a lot of respect, someone that have a position in the organization. Okay, next, the importance of groups and teams is to improve employees relation. One of the reason why people form the groups and teams is because they want to improve the employees relationship. Okay, so this teamwork is very important in the organization because it provides employee with an opportunity to bond with one another, which improve relations between among them. Okay, indirectly, when you do this groups and team, indirectly actually you have a bond between the employees inside the organization. Okay, so you have improved the employee relationship. Okay, the next importance of the groups and teams is work efficiency. So in the groups and teams, very important because the teamwork enable you to accomplish tasks faster and more efficiently than tackling project individually. Okay, another the importance of groups and team is they're going to help in building effective decisional grounds. So with the groups and team, any decision you can just you can discuss and choose the best decision. What is the best solution for that problem or any decision for certain situation. Okay, help the management and organization in problem solving in uncertain situation. They're going to help in achieving higher level of productivity, satisfaction of needs of individuals, and also individual derive their identity through membership in a groups. Okay, there's a few importance of groups and team. Okay, now we move to the this one. Okay, now we move to the reason why some groups are more successful than others, because everyone can form a group, but some of the group they are very successful and some of group are fail. Okay, these are the reason why some of the groups are more successful compared to others. Okay, first, the ability of the group member. Okay, everyone can form a group. Okay, I also can form any group, but of course if you want to do, for example, your assignment, right, you will see the ability of your group member first. You cannot like simply take, okay, this guy is really lazy, of course everyone know that he's lazy, no one going to take him to join your group. So the ability of the group member is the important one. Okay, second, reason why some groups are more successful than others is because the size of the group. Some people they say, okay, the smaller size of a group is better than the bigger size. Actually, it depends on how you communicate among yourself. Okay, next is the level of conflict. Yes, reason why some groups are more successful than others because they have low level of conflict. Okay, if you have a level of conflict, every time you see each other, you are fighting. Every time each other, you are scolding each other. Every time you meet each other, you are arguing. Okay, this is also the reason why some groups are more successful or unsuccessful compared to others. Okay, internal pressure of members. Okay, because we are working in one group, so the pressure among the members actually sometimes are going to affect your successful of the group also. And lastly is the relationship between a group member. The relationship between group member also is important. As I told you, communication is most important thing, and you have a relationship, whether it's good or not, it's going to affect the successful of your group compared to others. Right? I hope you understand this one. Reason why groups are more successful or unsuccessful than others. First, the ability of the group member, the size of the group, the level of the conflict, the internal pressure of the member, and the relationship between group member. Okay, these are the reason why groups are more successful compared to others. Okay, we already know what is a team means, right? I told you it's actually a group of people with a set of complementary skills that are required to complete a task, a job, or a project. So there are certain criteria of the team selection. Okay, this is a criteria of a team selection. Okay, 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, the first criteria of the team is administrative skills. Okay, you must have the admin skill. Means you must know how to plan, how to organize, how to implement, how to legating, and how to evaluating the task. Okay, then second one of the team criteria selection criteria is a technical ability. Okay, this technical ability is include your training, your skills, and also your experience. Okay, then we have the personal attributes. Okay, personal attributes is include your standards, value, initiative, and also organizational identification. Then we have the most important things in the team or anywhere in the management or anything is a communication skill. Means it's include your dialogue skills, presentation skills, writing skill, reading skill. Because it's communication is not only talking skills, but you must know how to write. Okay, reading skills also, presentation skill, dialogue skill. You must know how to talk with people. Okay, you must use a certain words in order to talk or to psycho whatever employee, especially your employee below you. Okay, and interpersonal behavior. Okay, interpersonal behavior this include your influence, sensitivity, supporting others, and also trustworthiness. Okay, next we move to the types of team. Okay, normally there's a lot of type of teams. Okay, now we have 1 2 3 4 5 types of five types of teams. Okay, first is problem solving team. Okay, this problem solving teams, you can see the most popular team type because it's comprised knowledge workers who gather to solve a problem and then disband. Okay, this problem solving team, they form this team because of the problem. It is one problem occurred. Okay, they want to solve the problem, then they disband. Okay, disband tu maksudnya pembubaran lah. Lepas dia dah solve the problem tu, this team dia akan dibubarkan. Okay, akan disband. Okay, dismiss. Second types of team is management team. Okay, this management teams, they consist of mainly of the managers from the various functional area who coordinates the work among other teams. Okay, what is the various functional area? As I told you, functional means they are the departmental. It's based on their department. So inside these management teams, normally they are manager from various department. Okay, who coordinate the work among others team. Means that this management team is include all the manager. Okay, in various department. This is a management team. Okay, manager various department ni macam contohnya we have a financial, kita ada human resource, kita ada research and development, we have marketing department, we have admin department. All this department, all their manager, they become a management team. Okay, third one is a work team. Okay, work team is responsible for a daily work of the organization. When empowered, they are self-managed team. Okay, they are responsible for the everyday work. Okay, and they are actually self-managed team. They need to manage their team, work team, like relate anything with their daily work lah, macam dia punya tugas seharian. Okay, then we have virtual team. It's actually a new type of team that is interact by the computer. Member enters and leave the network as needed and may take turns serving as a leader. So nowadays, this like we know that this COVID-19 times, right? Okay, this virtual team, most of us like going to join this team because this is a new. Normally you're going to interact, like I'm interact with you now with the computer. So one member and you can just enter, and after, for example, they have meeting, right? After the meeting end, you can just leave the network, and it can takes turn serving the leader. Maybe in order for you to observe whether your workers or employee do the work or not. So you and your team, you and your employee, you and your team lah, can take turn to take care of to become a leader. Okay, then we have a quality circle. Okay, quality circle declining in the popularity. Quality circle comprising the workers and supervisor meet intermittently to discuss workplace problem. Okay, normally this quality circle is actually the group of employee that meets regularly. They are to solve problem that affected in the work area. So generally, there's a 6 to 12 volunteer from the same work area, and they will do and make a circle. And the member receive training in the problems they are solving. They are going to have a statistical, quality control, and also group process. So normally they will, this actually the people that volunteer. They will stay together, and they are discuss about they discuss about the problem that occurred in their workplace. Okay, so this is a 5 types of team. Okay, we have a problem solving team, management team, work team, virtual teams, and also quality circle. Okay, now we move to the benefit of team. Why teams? What is the advantages of team? Okay, benefit of teams or advantages of teams. Why teams is good? Why teams is the advantage of teams compared to others? Okay, first, teams, okay, they give more responsibility for the task performance to the workers who complete the task. Okay, they give more responsibility for the task performance to the workers who complete the task. Second, empower workers by giving them greater authority and decision making freedom. You actually appreciate workers by you giving them a greater authority. You give them the authority and also decision making freedom. Okay, you are free to make the decision making. Okay, allow organization to capitalize on the knowledge and motivation of the workers. Okay, fourth is enable the organization to shed its bureaucracy and to promote flexibility and responsiveness. So normally people who do this team, they actually promote the they reduce the bureaucracy in the organization, and they're going to promote the flexibility. Means they're going to flexible. You can just do whatever you want. Okay, you have your freedom in do decision making or any problem solving or any all the work that or task that they give it to you. So you have authority, and you can make your own decision making. Okay, another benefits of team is you can do the group work simplification. Means you're going to do the work that simplified for you. That normally when you are dividing the task in the team, right? So the task can be very simplified, and you can do it especially you have a big team. You can share your work together. Okay, and also another benefit is can be like motivation. You can get a motivation because people, you're going to motivated not by the money but by recognition. So this team allow you to allow recognition to take place. They were going to promote one another success. Okay, that's a benefits of team. Okay, next, why people they want to join groups and team? Okay, because in Malaysia, I think if you are working everywhere, most of them they prefer this work and teamwork is important. You cannot work as individual. Okay, especially if you join any organization, the big MNC. Okay, multinational enterprise or multinational company. So everywhere you want to go, you must work. You must have this teamwork. Okay, if you have the good relationship between your employee, between your colleague or your friend or your groups and team members, it's actually automatically easy for you to do all the tasks that been given to you, or that being assist, or that being assigned to you. Okay, so why people normally join groups and team? First is because of interpersonal attraction. Okay, interpersonal attraction, because people are attracted to one another. Some people they will see, like me, I like someone who really strict into their work, Okay, even though they like to voice out, I don't mind that. Okay, they are the words come from that person's mouth. What they are trying to voice out, actually I can see it's a brave one, and it's a actually honest one, not the one who like when they see you they will keep past you. Oh miss, you look cantik, miss, you are wow, miss. No, I don't like that kind of people. So interpersonal attraction, people are attracted to one another. So how I attracted to you is different on how you attracted to me. Some people may like you and some people may not like you. Okay, that second one is people they join groups and team because of the group activities. The group activities appeal to them, means that some even though everyone can do all these group and teams, right, but the activities that normally they do inside the group is the most like attract people. Okay, then we have a group goals. Okay, the group's goals motivate them to join. Okay, if you have okay, I just want to form a group without any motive, without any objective. Okay, of course no one will join your groups. Okay, now next one is a need satisfaction. Okay, this people joins these groups and teams because they need a satisfaction, so they're going to fulfill your individual needs for affiliation. That is instrumental benefit. Okay, instrumental benefit means membership provides other benefits. Actually it's actually reward system. What kind of reward normally you join that groups? I join that group because they want to give me money. Okay, whatever the benefit that we give you, and of course you will automatically you will join that group. Okay, so why people join the group and team? Because of the interpersonal attraction, groups activity, group goals, need satisfaction, and also instrumental benefit. Okay, before I proceed to the next slide, okay, I want to give you the code for this week quiz. Okay, the code is 08 MGMT group team. Okay, 06 MGMT group teams. Semua no space 06 MGMT group team. Okay, no space. Okay, now we proceed to the stages of the group development. Okay, these stages of the group development introduced by Tuckman. Okay, it's Tuckman. Okay, his name is Bruce Tuckman. So in 1965, there's one psychologist named Bruce Tuckman. They said that teams going through into 5 stages of development. So this is the stages of the group or team development. Okay, stages of group and team development, or we call it, or other things we can say the 5 stages model of the group development. Okay, is include the forming, storming, norming, performing, and also adjourning. Last one, adjourning. Okay, we're going to see one by one. Okay, the 5 stages model of group development. So normally as you as a manager, you must be able to recognize and understand your group behavior at its various stages. Okay, the first stage is we call it as a forming stage. Okay, this is the first stage where the group development in which people they just join the group and then they define the group of purpose, structure, and also leadership. Okay, in this forming, okay, actually when you come to I can give you an example. When you first time you come to the college, your college first time, you are under this forming because you don't know each other. You are full of anxiety, you full of uncertainty. Okay, this you are just starting to come together and you categorize with anxiety and uncertainty. So most of the team member during this forming stages, they are more positive, and they are polite. Okay, some are anxious because they are not really understand what work the team will do. And you as a leader, okay, in this type of people, because you just new, you just want to form, that's why it's forming, right? You just want to form a new group. So it's actually kita panggil brainwash lah. You don't know each other. Macam you pergi kelas what we call it first time it's like the first time you see each other, it's orientation. Macam orientation punya time lah. This called is forming. So this forming, as a leader, you as a leader, okay, for example, you are being chosen as a leader for that new group or new team, okay, you play a dominant roles in these stages because your team members' roles and responsibilities are not clear. You are the one who need to make sure all your team member are clear about what is the purpose of that team or group. Okay, can last for some times as people start to work together, as they make an effort to know each other with their new colleague. Okay, it can be this forming, it can be maybe contohnya macam you sekarang ni, you tengah belajar kan, you are under process top forming, mungkin you just enter the college. Okay, you are under forming because you start to know each other, try to know each other. Okay, mungkin setengah daripada you very positive, very polite. First time masuk college kan, very positive, very polite. Some of you really scared, because I'm scared, I don't know what to do. Okay, how I want to talk with people. Okay, so this is a forming one. I hope you understand what is a forming stage is. Okay, then we have second one, forming. First, storming. Okay, storming is the second stage of group development characterized by intergroup conflict. Okay, normally this storming, you can say that is actually the very critical stage where the team members start to push against the boundaries established in the forming stage. Okay, this is the stage where most of the team member, they have the conflict. Okay, and they are start to like, because you already know each other, you start to like blame each other, start to have bergaduh semua kan. So this is the stage where many teams fail. Okay, if you under this storming stage and you cannot manage, you cannot adapt with your team member and so on. Okay, this is stage where many teams, they are going to fail. So storming often start where there is a conflict between team member. They start to have a conflict between team member, and each team member, they work in different way and different each team member, they're going to work in different way, and you're going to face a different problem, and lastly at the end you're going to face a frustration because maybe other team member is not following your way, or maybe other team member, they have problem with your style and so on. So at the end you're going to be frustrated. Okay, so you as a leader, what you need to do is you need to define clearly how the team will work, because during this stage they may resist to do work. So that's why during you know each other. Okay, I don't want to do lah. If you ask me to work with these people, I don't want to do. So this is where storming. That's why if you as a leader from the first time you see your leader, you already have the respect. You already have one kind of, you can say, takut lah sebab he really strict, that your leader is really strict. So this second one, it's not going to happen. How to say? All this problem is not going to happen when you can manage it very very well in the first stage. Okay, hope you understand. This storming is the critical stage when your team members start to have conflict and they start to fight each other. So you as a leader, you need to define clearly at the first time how your team will work. So because during this stage they may resist to do work. When they may resist to do work, of course they automatically will lead you to the fail of the team. That's why the first stage is very important. Okay, now we move to norming. Okay, after you already passed the storming stage, right? I think it's that after you already passed that stage in storming stage, it's already in the safe path lah. Okay, so norming stage is usually the third stage of the group development, characterized by close relationship and cohesiveness. You start to have the united. You start to feel like you are in the one group. You are unite. Okay, so this is when the people start to resolve their difference. They're going to appreciate colleagues' strength and also respect their leader authority. Because when, as I told you, right, when storming is, you are past the storming stage, the third stage. Okay, even though you bergaduh pun, you not take it personal. Okay, this is where macam-macam apa pun dia akan buat, this norming stage is actually the strongest stage lah, where you are you guys are know each other, you appreciate each other, you know their weakness, you know their strength, everything, right? So this is where you respect your leader and you start to have all this positive attitude. Okay, so you know each other better, you're going to socialize together, and they are able to ask one another help and provide constructive or improve feedback. They will not condemn each other. Okay, I think you should do the constructive punya feedback. Constructive mean membina, kritikan yang membina. Okay, bukan yang kritikan yang menghancurkan, but kritikan yang membina means constructive feedback. Okay, then this stage where the team member, they're going to develop a stronger commitment to the team goal and start to see good progress towards it. So this norming is actually the best stage where you all start to know each other, start to socialize together, start to accept your member weaknesses and strength, then start to respect each other, and you can work. You have a commitment towards your work, okay, towards your goal, and you have the positive attitude, positive feedback towards the goal. Okay, now we move to performing. Okay, performing is the fourth stage of the group development, when the group is fully functional and works as a group task. Okay, it's actually normally after you pass the norming stage, right? Actually, you are more better if you are under the performing stage. Okay, because it is marked as a higher productivity. So you are in the higher productivity. The group member are unified, loyal, and supportive. Unified, you are become cohesive lah, become together. You are loyal. No matter what happen, no matter what coming, any problem are coming or whatever that make yang nak menghapuskan you punya hubungan, no, you're not going to do that, because you are loyal and you are supportive among each other. So you work hard without any resistance to achieve the team goal. Okay, you're going to work hard, and you as a leader, you delegate much of your work and concentrate on developing team members. Okay, your work, you must concentrate only for develop the team member, and people who join or leave won't disrupt the performance. Okay, during this performing, okay, whoever people who join or whoever people who leave this team, they're not going to affect their performance. Okay, this is the performance stage. Okay, last stage we have agenting. Okay, agenting is the last stage where many team they were going to reach this stage. Okay, so the project team exists for only the fixed period, and even permanent team may be disbanded through the organization restructuring. So team member who like routine, and or who have developed working relationship with the colleague may find this stage difficult, and particularly if their future now look uncertain. Okay, after, for example, you already finished to do a certain project or whatever, agenting is where the group been disbanded. Maksudnya kumpulan ni akan dibubarkan. Okay, dibubarkan. Some people they are this group only for the fixed period of time, maybe untuk 2 tahun saja. After 2 tahun they akan disband. Okay, and it's very hard for you if you already developed the working relationship with the colleague. Okay, you will think that this stage is really hard for you. Okay, it's really difficult for you, because you must separate with your, after few years you are working together, then you need to separate, but all the teams must reach this level. So I told you there's 5 stages of the group development, introduced by Bruce Tuckman. Okay, first we have forming, storming, norming, performing, agenting. Okay, this agenting, I can give you example. Bila you dah habis belajar nanti, when you are finish your study, okay, you receive your diploma, this is where your agenting, you're going to agenting the group, disband the group. Means that kalau you masuk degree nanti pun you takkan jumpa you punya kawan dah. Then you create another group which is a forming group, the first stage. Okay, forming, norming, storming, forming, storming, norming, performing, and adjourning. Okay, I hope you understand about these 5 because I can see it's important. Okay, 5 model of the group development. So you as a manager, you must be able to recognize and understand the group behavior and its various stages. So in this stage, the first stage is most important things because you're going to create one culture to your team later, to your group later. So it is important for you to become strict, to show them what kind of leader you are. Okay, then this storming, if you can clearly tell your employees or team member from the first stage of forming, so the storming, the critical stage, you can easily pass it. Okay, there's no conflict, there's no anything, so that's why the forming is important. Okay, now we proceed to the next one. Now we go to the role. Okay, it's a part of individual place in helping the group reach its goal. The roles is actually your part or your position, your job. Okay, the part of the individual plays in helping the group reach its goal. So there's normally they have 2 types. Okay, 2 types of roles. Okay, we have task specialist and also social emotional roles. So this task specialist is a role concentrating on getting the group task accomplished based on the task. Okay, once you done this role because of the task. Okay, then we have a social emotional roles, providing the social and emotion support to others on the team. Okay, normally in the team, okay, we have 2 types of role, whether your role as a concentrate to the task, the group task. Second one is to provide the social and emotional support to your team member. Okay, then we have role structure. Okay, what is role structure? Role structure is the set of defined roles and the interrelationship among those roles that the group and team members define and accept. So a result of the roles episodes in which the expected roles is translated and defined into the enacted role. So we have a role ambiguity occurs when the same role is unclear. When the some role that means that you you don't know what is your part, what is your position. Okay, you actually under the role ambiguity. Okay, and then because you don't know what is your role is not unclear, right? It's a role ambiguity. Now we go to the role conflict. What is a role conflict? Okay, role conflict that occurs when the message and cue comprising a same role are clear but contradictory or mutually exclusive. There's a role conflict. Means dia macam ada konflik dalaman. Okay, normally this inter-role conflict is the result of the conflict between the roles. Inter-role conflict is caused by the conflicting demands from different sources, and also intragender conflict arise when the single sources sends contradictory message, and person-role conflict is the discrepancy between roles requirement and an individual's value, attitudes, and needs. Okay, you just need to remember this thing. Yeah, they have 4. Inter-role conflict cause result the conflict between roles. Inter-role conflict caused by the conflicting demand from different sources. Intragender conflict arise when the single sources sends contradictory messages, and person-role conflict is discrepancy between roles requirement and an individual's value, attitudes, and needs. Okay, then we have the role overload. Mean occur when the role expectation exceed the individual capacities. Means if the position that they give you, okay, they exceed your capacity or exceed your capabilities. That's what we call as a role overload. Okay, next we go to the implication. How we want to avoid the role ambiguity, conflict, and overload. Okay, first you must having a clear and responsible, reasonable expectation of employees. You cannot expect, you don't have a high expectation towards your employee, so you must have clear and reasonable expectation. Okay, sending clear and straightforward rules cue. Okay, you want to give them any responsibility to them, any task to them, any work to them, any part that need to do. you must give them clear and straightforward. No need to like pusing berpuitis dulu, berpuisi dulu baru you bagi. Because some people, straightforward is very very easy. I mean, easy for them to accept. Okay, not as the bahasa puitis ni orang tak faham. Okay, just straightforward. Taking into account the employees' other roles, personal value system. You must consider their personal value system, and also recognizing an individual's capabilities and limit. You must know their individuals, their capabilities, and what are their limits. Okay, next we move to the behavioral norms. Okay, we already learned about norms, right? Norms are standard of behavior that group accept and expects of its members. So norm, they're going to define the boundaries between acceptable and acceptable behavior. Norms, norma kehidupan. So norm can be different types. We have a norm generation, and also norm generalization, also norm variation. Norm generalization is the norms of one group cannot always be generalized to other group. Satu kumpulan they cannot be generalized to another group. Means you generalize this group as one. No, cannot. Okay, they have a norm variation. Norm variation is a norm and their application varied within the group, or member or team. Means the norms and their application different. Means every groups, they have different norms and application. Okay, every groups and teams, they have different norm and application. That's why we call it as a norm variation, variasi. Okay, perbanyak. Okay, next we move to the norm conformity. So norm conformity is actually the act of matching attitude, belief and behavior to the group norms, politic, or being like-minded. So individuals conform as response to, okay, conform means you comply with the rules, standard and laws. You follow the rules, you follow the standard, you follow the laws because of the first group or team pressure. Okay, groups or team pressure to conform the group's behavior. Groups and team pressure to make yourself to comply with the group behavior. Okay, an initial stimulus prompting group behavior in individual traits that reflect their propensity to conform, and the influence of the situational factors such as the group size and also anonymity. Okay, you just need to memorize this. Okay, next we have the cohesiveness. Okay, cohesiveness is actually where the group become one. Okay, or dalam bahasa Melayu ni we call it as kesepaduan, bersepadu. Okay, so this cohesiveness is actually the extent to which members are loyal and committed to the group. So the degree of mutual attractiveness within the group. There are four factors that influence group cohesiveness. There are factors that increase cohesiveness and the factor that reduce cohesiveness. There are certain factor that boleh menyebabkan increase the kesepaduan, okay, meningkatkan kesepaduan, dan faktor yang menurunkan kesepaduan dalam setiap kumpulan, ahli kumpulan. First is intergroup competition. We have a personal attraction, favorable evaluation, agreement on goals, and interaction. For the factor that reduce cohesiveness, it can be your group size, disagreement on goals, intra-group competition, domination, and also unpleasant experience. Okay, these are the factors. Alright. Okay, now we go to the formal and informal leadership. Okay, we're going to learn like one chapter about leadership, but this is the general one. Okay, informal leader and also formal leader. So informal leader, okay, is a person who engage in leadership activity but whose right to do so has not been formally recognized by the organization and group. Okay, the person who are engaged in leadership activity but what he do, they're not being formally recognized by individual of the group. Okay, so an informal leader ideally may also be the formal leader for the group, or he may supplement the formal leader in the fulfilling the leadership roles. So informal leader draw and reference or expert power to establish themselves as a leader. Okay, informal leader ni macam ni, dia bukan yang lantik. It's not like being lantik. Okay, people are not being choose. Bukan dia recruit as a leader. Okay, normally they become a leader because you have the expert. Contohnya, you are very good in IT. Okay, you are become a leader because of your knowledge about IT. Okay, that is informal. You are not being chosen formally by the organization. Okay, then we have formal leader. Formal is formal. Okay, a person who has been elected and designated to engage in leadership activity by the group member. You are being chosen by the being chosen by your team member, or being chosen by the organization to become a leader. So a person who has been formally appointed and recognized by the organization as a leader for the group means you are being appointed and recognized by the organization. Means if people in the organization know that you are actually a leader in that group. Okay. Okay, next topic of in the groups and team. The first thing that we need to know about is a conflict. What is actually the conflict? Okay, the conflict is a disagreement between two or more individuals, groups, and organization. So the conflict is actually disagreement. Okay, not something like you kata pergaduhan, konflik, permasalahan. Okay. Okay, there are an optimal level of conflict in the organization. Too little conflict and the organization become complicated and apathetic and lack innovation and underperformance. Actually, conflict is good, but too little make your organization become lack of innovation and so underperforms. Too much conflict, we're going to create the dysfunctional organization where hostility and non-cooperative dominate and the organization suffer from the low performance. Okay, if too little conflict is very hard, it show that your organization is not really, is actually underperformance. But too many conflicts going to create the non-cooperation. You tak boleh bekerjasama antara satu sama lain. Then the organization will suffer, and because of the low performance, because you don't want to work each other because of the conflict. Then a moderate level of conflict in the organization foster motivation, creativity, innovation, and initiative, and can raise performance. Okay, this conflict, you can see there's a conflict that can lead to the positive one, then the conflict that can lead to the negative one. It's easy for you to argue for the certain things. Okay, for example, one topic, they argue, they come up with one solution. Okay, so this kind of conflict is okay. So we call it as a moderate, because this kind of conflict is important to actually give you motivation, create your creativity. Because with this conflict, sometimes you just want people to know, to listen to you. So if you have this conflict, someone like not agree with you, like actually you are realize, okay, what is this person is tell is true. Okay. Okay, causes of conflict. There's a lot of causes of conflict. If I ask this kind of question, you can just give your using your common sense. Okay, we can categorize the cause of conflict as a interpersonal conflict, intergroup conflict, conflict between organization and the environment. So interpersonal conflict is include personality clash, differing belief or perception, competitiveness. Okay, intergroup conflicts include interdependence. Okay, interdependence, different goals, competition of scarce resources, and conflict between organization and the environments is include conflict with competition, conflict with consumer groups, and conflict with employees. Okay, another example of causes of conflict is include misunderstanding, because conflict that arise from the misunderstanding. Okay, it can be maybe poor communication. Okay, communication we relies on clear and complete messages being sent as well as being received. Lack of planning, it can be causes of planning, causes of conflict because of lack of planning. Poor staff selection, it can be frustration, stress, and burnout. So there's a lot of things. Okay, a lot of causes to the conflict. You can, if I ask this question, please ensure that this conflict is actually in the workplace, not in the school. You can say, okay, my friend don't want to do my assignment. No, if I ask this question, what are the cause of conflict, because we are learning in management, so please ensure that your answer are relate with the workplace, not in the college, not in the school. Okay. Okay, managing conflict in the organization. What are the ways for you to overcome the conflict in the workplace? Okay, they categorize the conflict into this one: stimulating conflict, controlling conflict, and also resolving and eliminating conflict. So this is the method. They say there's stages. Okay, first is stimulating conflict. They're going to increase competition among individuals and teams, hire outsiders to shape things up, and change established procedure. Controlling conflict, it can be you can expand the resources base, enhance the coordination of the interdependence, set supraordinate goals, match personalities and work habits of employees. Resolving and eliminating conflict, avoid conflict, convince conflicting parties to compromise, bring conflicting parties together to confront and negotiate conflict. Okay, you also can answer the way to managing conflict based on you as an individuals. Okay, this one you as a manager. Okay, you as an individuals, you can be like maybe accommodation. Okay, the accommodation approach. One party wish to indicate the degree of fairness. Okay, loss win situation. Next, we have the 5 method of managing conflict. We have compromise. You must like compromise. Okay. The best way is you avoid any conflict. Okay, if this happen, kita macam boleh what we call as mengalah lah. Anything happen, just manage. If you are having involve yourself in the conflict, you can just like okay, I'm sorry, say sorry, all that things. Okay, so there's a lot of ways or methods to overcome the conflict in the workplace. Okay, so I think that's all for today. If anything you don't understand, please don't hesitate to message me. Okay, and please answer your quiz. Okay, that's all for my class. That's all for today. Okay, bye bye.